Hello, this time we're reviewing the MeE Wi-Fi surveillance robot from YZ Robot. This is the eBay page, or it's pretty much got similar information to where I bought it from, which is Amazon. But as you can see, there are quite a few listings for this device. It's got good reviews from many people, especially on the Amazon website. And so it sort of encouraged me to try it out. I thought, well, it can't possibly be a brilliant kind of robot for the price that they're selling it for, but I thought I'd give it a stab. Aside from the Amazon page, there was little information that I could find about the MeE surveillance robot from yzrobot.cn, apart from its web page, which has got one long page about the robot. It's saying that it can do remote control, can charge itself. It's got an automatic alarm for intrusion and an HD camera with night vision. It's showing here that it's got an automatic patrol, or you can drive it yourself. The applications that it suggests that this is useful for is to watch your baby, if you're worried about your parents or the elderly, if your pets are constantly causing problems, if you want to check to see whether it's safe to travel outside. I'm not exactly sure what that would do unless you put it outside your door to patrol, and also to check if things are going on in the house that you're unsure about. And that is what I really wanted to use it for, to maneuver it around and have a look at the house. Here are some images of the robot. Here's the front view. You can see the black sensors in the front. The side I've taken off in order to open it up. I'll show you those pictures in a minute. Here's an exploded booth at the back, which has got a handle on at the top to carry it. Here's the other side. Again, part of it's been taken off so I can get in. Here's the HD camera on top with infrared, and it's got a motion detector at the top there. Here's a slot for the SD card, and the reset button is at the back there. And at the bottom we've got an on-off switch and some status lights there. The other side we've got a charging port and a USB. So the principle of this robot is that you can dial in from your app from anywhere and drive the robot around and move the camera up and down and view the inside of your home wherever you want to see it. And you can also record, take photos, and there is also two-way audio, and that's done via the app as well. You just simply press and hold the microphone button and your voice comes out reasonably clearly, actually, out of the speaker from the robot. The robot apparently lasts about 4 hours off the dock, and so drives around like that. If you leave the robot off the dock and then finish using it, in other words, you close the app and go about your business, after a while the robot realizes that you're no longer in connection with it and will actually try to find its dock, try to find its way home. The other way to do it is to drive the robot near to the dock, turn it around, and you'll see a petrol fuel gauge light appear on the app. You can press that and then it will force it to automatically return to the dock. This is setting up the robot. You switch it on, and you can see there, by the way, the large wheels that are underneath it, and there is a free rolling caster at the back as well. It's pretty well made actually there. After a while you will receive a voice announcement both in Chinese and English. This one's already set up, but it will give you sort of similar information.
欢迎使用 MeE Robot welcomes you.
Then what happens is the robot, if it can't connect to Wi-Fi, will ask you to follow the instructions that are in the guide that comes with it. Pretty straightforward actually. All you need to remember is the serial number of the robot, so you need to write that down. It's on the underside of the robot, and from that point on you can just follow the instructions and it will set itself up. Here's the robot moving around on its own accord. This is when it's trying to find its dock. I was just showing you basically that it won't bump into things because it does have a forward facing proximity sensor, and so therefore when it arrives close to something, it will actually change its direction. As I said before, it uses pretty much the same algorithm sort of as a robot vacuum cleaner, so it is pretty random, but you can pretty much guarantee that as long as the dock is not hidden away, then it will eventually find the dock. You can probably see on this video as well that the robot has actually found the dock from quite a distance away, and it is backing its way up to it because it does reverse onto the dock. It can be used obviously to monitor your home, and this is exactly how I use it. As you can see, my cat there is particularly unperturbed by it. She's used to it wandering around of its own accord. Either I'll dial in, or my mother will actually dial in and have a look around and see if she can see the cat and see if everything's okay. It's a very easy to use app, which is the next thing that I'll show you, but I'm just demonstrating really that the robot can actually find its dock really successfully. Another thing about this robot is that it does have motion detection, and as long as you're running the app in the background, it can actually notify you if it hasn't detected any motion within a certain period of time. I believe it's around 8 hours. So you could use it in theory to monitor your elderly relatives to make sure that they're actually getting up and about, and it can warn you if there's been no motion detected, so that it may prompt you then to dial in and drive the robot around and see what you can see and see if you can talk to the person. So now we're looking directly at the app. All you do is open the app and select the robot. You usually just have one to select from. You just click on it, and then the video loads straight away. As you can see, this is the quality that you get out of the camera of the robot, and that's just flicked to night view now because it has a ring of infrared lights around the camera, so you can actually see in the dark as well. Down the left hand side there is the controls to move the robot backwards and forwards and to set the autonomous mode. There is a microphone down at the bottom right that you use to speak through the robot. Otherwise it's in listen mode, so you're actually hearing everything that the robot's hearing. There are other features as well of the robot, so that you can actually set it to record any motion that it detects, and as I've said before, it does have autonomous motion, so it can move around of its own accord. Even if it bumps into objects accidentally, it does realise what it's done and moves backwards and moves away. It's small enough to fit under anywhere that you want it really to go. It's going under our dining room chairs there. You can hear at the moment what you would hear out of the app, which is just basically motor sounds from the wheels going round, but the microphone is strong enough for you to be able to hear if anything was awry in the nearby rooms, and obviously you can then navigate the robot around to see what was actually happening. Notice here that it's automatically switching between the black and white and the colour modes. The black and white would look the same even in zero light conditions, so you can still keep track of what's going on even if there's no light going on in your home. And this is being driven, I'm driving this at the moment, I've just recorded this particular session, and it's quite easy to navigate. You get really used to it and you can do it quite quickly. Because of the size of the robot, when you know how big it is, you know exactly where it's going to go through. And also another benefit of it is that because it's got forward-facing proximity sensors, if you try and drive it into something which you maybe can't even see, a red bar appears at the top of the app, and the robot refuses to move. So then you can choose to go left or right, for example, and navigate around that particular object. It is a cute little toy, and but it can be useful. We've used it quite often when we're away from the flat, just to drive around and to check on things. You can check, for example, if you've got any post that's been delivered, if you're waiting for something, or you can check on the cat litter, or you can check out of it's small enough to go up to a cat flap and look out of the cat flap, for example. So it's been quite useful in many regards. Here's the technical bit. I promise this will be quick. Here is the inside of the robot. You'll see that there is a sprawl of circuitry and wires, but you can see that the wheels are very large and they are very strong. I don't have any problem with them moving about over, for example, from carpet to hard floor. You know, the bar that's in between there, then it navigates through them absolutely fine. There's no problem there. The speaker is attached to the front. As you can see, it's a reasonably large speaker, so you can actually hear what people are saying when they connect to the app and talk through it. The two wires that are above the speaker that go to the left and the right, they are the proximity and detection, so they can actually determine if there's anything too close by. So the sort of goggle shaped thing that's at the front of the robot, that is where it's actually looking to see whether or not anything's too close How you can continually contact the robot at any time is beyond me. It is a really reliable connection. You can always, from outside your home network, connect to this robot through the app, which does surprise me because, like millions of people in the United Kingdom, our router changes internet address very frequently. And therefore, this robot must be constantly in contact with servers where it's manufactured in order to tell the company what the new internet address is, so that when you dial in using your app, you can then find this particular robot. I'm guessing that's what happened. I'm not exactly sure. So here are my final scores for the MeE Wi-Fi surveillance robot from YZ Robots. Reliability, we've not had any issues with it whatsoever. Every time you try and connect to it via the app, you just get straight there. So I give that 5 out of 5. Ease of use, well, the app is, although it's nothing special, it certainly works. It's quite intuitive. You know exactly what you're doing after a few goes at it. And my mum can use it, so it's got to be reasonably simple. Build quality, I'm going to give 4 out of 5. Again, it's made perfectly fine. It's made out of ABS plastic. The wheels seem strong enough to carry it over a variety of terrains. It just seems quite empty inside. I'm not really sure why. Maybe it's to help it stand up a bit further off the carpet or off the floor, so that you don't need to bend down as far to pick it up. Maybe that's one of the reasons. I'm not sure. Value for money, I'm going to give that 5. I think it's perfect value for money. It's really well put together. It's a good piece of kit. It could be used as a toy, but as I said, it's far more than that. You can use it as a semi-autonomous vehicle to maneuver around and look at your whole home from your app. So it's brilliant. So overall, I'm going to give the MeE Wi-Fi surveillance robot from YZ Robots 5 out of 5.